robotic arm and had removed thermal insulation and a launch restraint from one of the two end effectors or hands of the arm at the time the voltage fluctuation was detected.
Dennis, in 1 minute we have sunrise. All right.
Скажи, пожалуйста, ты выключил?
Alec, how about Heka camera? Is it off? No, it's on. Do I need to turn it off? Yes, please.
Кверху оставить.
Circuit can be kept on. So which one am I turning off? Heka.
Так, это у нас... Вот это, наверное,
So this one, I think.
Выключилось.
It's off.
Алек.
Copy, Alec.
Денис, как ты себя чувствуешь?
Dennis, how are you doing there? I'm good.
Холодно стоять.
Are you getting cold? I'm all right.
Денис, повтори еще раз.
Say it again. Inaudible.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 50 minutes into today's spacewalk. Oleg Artemyev inside the Poisk airlock on International Space Station power for his Orlan spacesuit. It was about 40 minutes ago that he detected a drop in battery power for the suit, a voltage fluctuation. Russian flight controllers directed him to return to the Poisk airlock. Artemyev was very close to the airlock, never in any danger. Denis Matveyev, his spacewalking colleague, remains just outside of the airlock. The Russian flight controllers are placing the European robotic arm in a safe configuration while we are standing by for further word from the Russian flight control team on whether or not today's spacewalk will be terminated early or not. It would appear as if Artemyev's suit may be in a configuration right now that would not permit the continuation of the spacewalk, but we're waiting for official confirmation of that.
If you want, then if you have time now, you can take some pictures. Хорошо. Good.
This is Mission Control Houston. Just to recap, Oleg Artemyev back inside the Poisk airlock on International Space Station Power for his Orlan spacesuit that experienced an unexpected fluctuation in voltage, basically a drop in battery power, about 50 minutes ago. Denis Matveyev is still outside of the airlock itself, as the Russian flight controllers are working to position the European robotic arm in a safe configuration before determining the next step in how we may proceed with the rest of today's spacewalk, which is approaching the 3-hour mark. The two cosmonauts had completed the installation of a pair of cameras for the camera and light units on the elbow areas of the European robotic arm. They had other work to do with the arm, including the relocation of an external control panel. All of that work momentarily on hold, pending official word from the Russian flight control team as to how we intend to proceed once the European robotic arm is configured in the right and safe orientation. At the time that the voltage drop was noted by Artemyev, he was very close to the Poisk airlock, never in any danger, and the Russian flight controllers moved in an orderly fashion to direct him back into the airlock and to place his suit on Space Station Power.
Не смотри в сторону манипулятора, сейчас будет включаться лава на камеру.
There's a laser up with the arm at this time, so don't look towards the arm. I copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 7 minutes into today's spacewalk. A view of the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory Module with Denis Matveyev, the Russian cosmonaut, at the top of your screen, working in tandem with cosmonaut Sergei Korsakov, who is inside the Russian segment of the station, as they are configuring the European robotic arm that you see extended in the foreground. Matveyev and Oleg Artemyev had been working on a variety of tasks in the continuing outfitting of the European robotic arm this morning during this spacewalk, the 252nd in support of station assembly maintenance and upgrades. Two cameras for the camera light units on the elbow area of the European robotic arm have been installed during today's spacewalk, along with the removal of a launch restraint and some thermal insulation from one of the two end effectors or hands of the robotic arm itself. Almost an hour ago, Artemyev reported an unexpected drop in battery voltage on his Orlan spacesuit. He was directed by the Russian flight controllers to return to the Poisk airlock. He is inside Poisk, hooked up to space station power for his suit, while Matveyev does a few cleanup tasks outside. The two cosmonauts awaiting formal and further direction from the Russian flight control team on how today's activities will proceed.
So the boom has started moving. Copy. I'm not looking at it. Or shall I look? Oleg, we are not getting a video from your camera, so just verbally, if you can give us a status update on how you feel, what's going on. Excellent. Just even better than at the start of the EVA. I'm energized, I had a good nap, I had a good rest. That's good. Oleg, thank you. So what are our plans?
Сейчас манипулятор подойдет
The manipulator, the arm, will go to the base point.
Денис пойдет штурмовать цель.
And after that, Dennis will translate to the airlock. What about the rings? What about removing the rings?
Уже не будем.
No, we will not be removing them anymore. Not this time. Well, at least maybe we should have taken the cargo boom and no, Oleg. The management gave us clear direction to go to the airlock, and that's what we're going to do. I understand. All right.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 14 minutes into today's spacewalk.
We will be activating lasers on the cameras of the manipulator. Please do not look at the manipulator, at the arm. Copy all, will not look and copy.
It has been almost an hour since Oleg Artemyev, the Expedition 67 commander, noted a drop in battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. He was directed by the Russian flight control team to return to the Poisk airlock. In the interim, the Russian flight controllers have been assessing the systems and the configuration of the European robotic arm that Artemyev and Denis Matveyev had been working on in the continuing outfitting of the European robotic arm. The crew was just informed that once the arm is placed into the proper configuration, it is in the process, as you see, of being maneuvered to the correct orientation for the completion of today's spacewalk. So we now will be terminating today's spacewalk early. Denis Matveyev will return to the airlock to join Artemyev, who is on station power, hooked up to an umbilical inside the Poisk airlock. He was never in any danger during the period in which he detected the drop in voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. Made his way back into the airlock fairly rapidly, and Matveyev continued outside working on a few cleanup tasks, but the crew now has been told that today's spacewalk will end early. We'll be waiting for Matveyev to return to the airlock and for the hatch to be closed to mark the official end of today's excursion.
So is the translation towards the airlock? So just start the translation slowly. There is no reason to hurry. Take your time. And then when you cross the camera bundles, just take them with you. Don't be in a hurry. We have plenty of time. Just move along. You are translating by yourself. Therefore, verify the connection, the tethers, and just take your time. Do not be in a hurry.
To recap, today's spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Medvedev is being ended earlier than had been planned. The decision by the Russian flight controllers to complete the spacewalk ahead of schedule made in the wake of a drop in battery voltage for Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred about an hour ago. The drop in voltage noted at about the 2-hour, 17-minute mark into the spacewalk. We're now at 3 hours, 19 minutes into the spacewalk. Denis Medvedev still outside, as you can see in this view, the European robotic arm in the process of being maneuvered into its stowed configuration for the remainder of the day. The two cosmonauts had completed the installation of camera and light unit elbow cameras on the arm and had removed a launch restraint and some thermal insulation from one of the two end effector hands that are at both ends of the 36-foot-long European robotic arm. That's when the voltage drop was detected. Artemyev was directed to go back into the Poisk airlock. He placed his suit on ISS power at that time, never was in any danger. Medvedev remained outside to complete some of the cleanup work associated with the tasks that he and Artemyev had completed up to that point.
The most important, Denis, is that you take your time, do not be in a hurry, secure the bundle in such a way that it's not interfering with your translation, and then you'll continue on with moving back to the airlocks. Just take your time. And have you secured the bundle? We copy and we're getting the video from your suit.
Денис, СТО у нас сейчас оно у балки стрелы, поэтому
STO is at the
также обратите
cargo boom.
переносимые тобой укладки.
When you come closer to the arm, just pay attention
Аккуратно.
to the bundle as well, just to make sure it's not in the way. And then
Старайся комментировать, что ты делаешь.
using the lanyard of the Strela,
Это удобно, быстро,
then start
полезно,
moving.
более
It's convenient,
не спеша, аккуратно.
it's easy using the lanyard. Take your time. All right, I'm just looking to see how to orient myself better.
Если ты где-то устал,
And if you're
остановись, отдохни,
getting tired, don't hesitate to take a pause, rest,
потом продолжай движение.
and then continue translation. Will do.
Нахожусь на стреле.
I am on Strela.
Это Денис.
We copy, Dennis.
This is Mission Control Houston, a look at the NAOCA Multipurpose Laboratory Module. At the top of your screen is the European robotic arm that is in the final stages of being placed in a stowed configuration. With today's spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Medvedev being called to an early end due to a voltage drop in Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred a little over an hour ago. Artemyev was never in any danger. He was directed by Russian flight controllers to return to the Poisk airlock, where he placed his suit on umbilicals to receive power from the International Space Station, while Medvedev completed some cleanup work outside, and the arm was being maneuvered by Sergei Korsakov, the Russian cosmonaut, inside the Russian segment of the station into a stowed configuration.
Let me check. So,
Это Кулкеди.
tool caddy is here.
Принято.
We copy.
И проверим карабин. Small red на глиссере.
And small red on glisser.
Да.
Hook is there. Yes, I confirm.
Small red вот на яше.
Small red.
Точно.
I got it.
Small red на ключе
Small red with the ratchet wrench. Yes, I've got it.
Small red.
Small red
Для страховки.
for the equipment and tools during the EDA. I've got it.
Small red.
Small red. Got it.
Олег, все отлично.
We copy Oleg. That's excellent.
The two cosmonauts working with the Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center and taking inventory of their equipment before Matveyev returns inside the Poisk airlock to join Artemyev, who has been inside for the better part of the past hour on International Space Station power,
Let me try to do that.
following the unexpected fluctuation in battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit that has resulted in an early end to today's spacewalk.
And now
The actual elapsed time of the spacewalk will come to an end with the clock stopping at the time that the hatches closed to Poisk. That will be coming up before long.
So just keep turning. I am. That's good. Excellent. So you got through. That's great.
Я тебя снимаю скрытой камерой. Давай.
Look at the camera. Just be careful. Yes, I know.
Так хорошо начиналось.
You know, the start was so excellent.
Тоже практически около балки грузовой стрелы. Буквально тебе пару звеньев осталось.
Yes, and you have just a little bit to translate towards the lower part. I copy. All right.
Так, а мне, наверное, к тебе, да, теперь надо?
So
Да,
I guess I need to
через левую руку. Через...
now start moving towards you. Yes, you need to turn towards the left arm. Now I'm just consulting with you. What's the best way to do? From the top or from the bottom?
Так много всяких элементов конструкции.
Well, try to go
Лучше сверху, это
towards the legs. No, guys, it's better to do from the top
Я могу тебе говорить, а ты будешь...
because you have a bundle as well and there's a lot of equipment. So I can tell you. Okay, do it. Assist me verbally. Okay?
Так,
All right.
вот кольцо.
Now secure yourself to the ring.
Да.
Towards that side. Yes.
Я туда проскочил.
Yes, you were able to move through.
Правда, эти укладки.
Yes, the bundles, of course. That's another factor to consider.
А вот так. Иди ногами.
I think if you keep moving with your feet like this,
О,
I am,
ко мне полетела эта укладка.
and the bundle just went up, forward.
Так, а здесь я пролезу, да?
Do you think I'll be able to squeeze by?
Можешь, конечно.
You could.
Денис, давай
Давай,
все-таки под
давай,
стрелой не
давай.
будем.
Dennis, let's try not to squeeze in there.
Так, тут надо.
All right, copy.
Ну давай, раз идет.
Okay, if they're saying it's not desirable, let's not do it. Okay, let's just continue this way then.
Да, ты наверх.
So shall I move up?
Да, с карабин.
Yes, that's the best place. Then you'll give me the hook or the bundle, whatever is more convenient for you, the bundle or the hook. Either way. All right.
Сейчас темно будет.
And we'll have the orbital night soon. All right, that's good. Just like that. Excellent. Super. Oh, no, I didn't catch you. Now I caught the bundle.
Так, давай я себе
All right.
карабин.
And I'll hand it to you and then some kind of a hook. Oh, give me your hook then.
Денис, ты пока внутрь
Dennis, do not go inside yet. Give Oleg the bundle. All right, give it to me. I'm ready. All right, I'm holding it like that, and then I'm securing it in place. Will you be able to take it from your side? Yes, I will. Okay, I'm holding it. Stand by. Wait. Okay, I've got it. That's it. Dennis, you are at the airlock. Now, let me kind of dive under. All right, let me figure out where to move, where to translate. That's good. Let me move this way. Stop, stop. Excellent. Very good. And Olga, we didn't need to have it. It's too bad. But of course it's too bad. But things happen. All right. And then the second one. Please wait, give me just a sec. All right, I'm moving in this way, just like that. And then the camera itself, hand it to me.
Так, одна укладка у нас.
One kit is inside the airlock. Okay, hand me the rubber band. Okay, now give me the next one. Yes, like this. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, got a hook on. It feels empty. Did we forget something? Oh, I removed the tail, but there was nothing else. Yeah, this is a light version of the kit. Here's the second hook. Okay, hold on. Okay, now. Good, good, good. Well, looks like we will have to do an audit. Oleg, Denis, confirm kits are inside. Affirmative. Copy. Oleg, we're going into eclipse. Before that happens, check Denis's suit for contamination. Looks clean.
This is Mission Control Houston. Denis Matveyev is now back at the Poisk airlock, preparing to join Oleg Artemyev inside, following the collection of all of their tools, tethers, and other equipment associated with today's spacewalk, which is at the 3-hour, 39-minute mark. About an hour and 20 minutes or so ago, the spacewalk ran into a snag when Artemyev noted an unexpected drop in battery voltage on his suit. Denis Matveyev's suit has encountered no issues during today's spacewalk. With the unexpected drop in voltage, Artemyev was directed back into the Poisk airlock. He was never in any danger. He placed his suit on International Space Station Systems power inside Poisk, where he has been hanging out for the past hour and 20 minutes or so.
Small red on error, tool number 6.
The two cosmonauts, before the decision was made to terminate the spacewalk early, had completed the installation of cameras for the camera and light units on the elbow area of the European robotic arm, and had removed insulation and a launch restraint from one of the two end effectors or hands on the European robotic arm, but that's as far as they went when the Russian flight control team stopped further work during today's spacewalk, directed Artemyev to return to the Poisk airlock, and then began work to place the European robotic arm in a stowed configuration where it is now, allowing Matveyev to rejoin Artemyev in the Poisk airlock. As soon as the hatch is closed, that will mark the official end in terms of elapsed time for today's spacewalk. And there's a good view as the International Space Station passes just to the south of the continent of Africa at an altitude of 260 miles. Matveyev just outside of the airlock hatch to Poisk on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
The hook is holding it. Denis, Oleg, we are not getting the video at this point. Please provide voice commentary. Okay. Okay, I'm freeing up space for Denis. Okay, hand me that short hook. Yes, this one. Okay. There you go. Let me hook it up. Now the second one. Okay, got both hooks on. Okay, let me take that kit. Okay. Pressing. Yes, like this. Keep going, keep going. Excellent. Yes. Right there. Bend your legs. Little more. Bend a little more. And spin. I think the legs are interfering. Okay, Denis is inside. So, what do we have here? I think it was the configured.
This is Mission Control Houston. Denis Medvedev now back inside the Poisk airlock, joining Oleg Artemyev at the 3-hour, 44-minute mark into today's spacewalk, a spacewalk that is ending prematurely due to a battery voltage drop that was detected in Artemyev's Orlan spacesuit about an hour and a half ago. Once the two cosmonauts prepare the airlock for repressurization, they'll take another check of their tools and tethers, place their suits on, well, Artemyev is already on International Space Station power. Medvedev will place his suit on ISS power as well before they close the hatch to mark the official end of today's spacewalk in terms of elapsed time, and then they'll set out to repressurize the airlock. Artemyev, at about the 2-hour, 17-minute mark into the spacewalk, reported an unexpected drop in battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. He was directed by the Russian flight control team to return to the Poisk airlock, where he placed his suit on ISS power. He's been hanging out since then, while Medvedev cleaned up the work site around the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module and the European robotic arm that the two cosmonauts have been working on earlier today to install cameras on the elbow area of the arm for the camera light units, 2 of them. They were installed as well as the removal of insulation and some launch restraints from one of the 2 end effectors or hands of the European robotic arm. That's when Artemyev's suit was noted to have a drop in voltage, and that is what altered the plans for the 2 cosmonauts for the rest of today's activities.
Steps, removing the protective rings, etc. Understand. Denis, are you already in the airlock? I am inside. Drying has started. Yes, Denis has been in the airlock for a while now. Okay, then please start installing the protective ring. Okay, the drying is in progress. Starting with the protective ring. Please put heat cold switch to the middle position. Copy position 3. Okay, protective ring is off, folded and stowed. Oleg, Denis, please activate the air kit camera. Okay, so this one, yes, this one. Mine is off. We don't have LEDs illuminated. Okay, please make sure both cameras are off. Both cameras are off. Copy. Do you want me to push for you? Yes, like that, under it, around the handrail. Excellent. Talking over each other. Okay. Checking the rubber bands. Oleg, did you inspect the rubber seal on the EV hatch? Yes, we have, and we will take another look, just in case. Yes, please do.
Once again, at the 3-hour, 51-minute mark, Artemyev and Matveyev are back inside the Poisk airlock. They're taking one more look around to make sure they have all their equipment before they close the hatch to mark the official end of today's spacewalk. We'll wait for the official hatch closure time from the Russian flight control team in Korolyov before we provide statistics on today's spacewalk and the cumulative statistics for Artemyev and Matveyev. Again, their spacewalk terminated early today because of a voltage drop in battery power for Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred about an hour and a half or so ago at around the 2-hour, 17-minute mark in the spacewalk, after Artemyev and Matveyev had just completed the installation of the second of 2 camera light unit cameras on the elbow areas of the European robotic arm, which has now been stowed in a safe configuration until the next time that a Russian spacewalk is conducted to continue the outfitting of the European arm.
Олег, расскажи, там процесс сушки у тебя как идет?
Oleg, please report the status of drying.
Сушка ТО, в левом счетчике
Still drying, left counter is 4, right counter is 758, 758.
А внизу подсрочка БСС больше 0,20.
And in the Orlan interface unit line, I see 020. Okay, Oleg, your drying is going on per the schedule, and both temperatures will be changing independently, unlike in Denis's suit. Right. It's quite cold in that suit. Yes, it is quite cold. 18 degrees is pretty low. So you overcooled a little bit in the airlock, and now the temperature is 15 or below. And how long is the time I need to wait out? 10 minutes? Yes, 10 minutes. Okay, this means 1 more minute left.
Так, сушка норма.
Okay.
10 минут.
Drying completed nominally 10 minutes. Copy. You are go to move on.
Закрытие выходного лёга.
Copy, Oleg, Denis.
Снимаем карабин, фаус по тягам, скользим.
Go for EV hatch closure. Make sure no tethers are in the way. Loosen the tethers, remove the hooks. Okay, in work.
Проверяем отсутствие каких-либо предметов в зоне выходного люка.
Verify no FOD in the hatchway. Yes, we're doing the inspection now. Yes, please look closely. What time did we go out?
20 часа были за бортом.
So we spent 2 hours outside.
Серег, сколько мы, 2 часа были?
Sergey, how much time did we spend outside?
Были 3 часа 58 минут
3 hours, 58 minutes
на сегодня, в данный момент.
as of now.
Так, ключ ставим, да?
Okay, we're putting the tool in.
Смотрите,
Okay, did you release the tether? Yes?
Да, отсутствие каких-либо предметов.
Yes. Guys, did you check for FOD?
да, смотрим.
Yes, yes.
У нас выкручены, петли на месте,
Everything is in place. Loops,
предметы посторонних
screws, no FOD.
не наблюдаем.
Принято, Олег.
We copy, Oleg.
Так, ключик в рабочее. Да, сейчас его, погодите, этот.
Okay, the tool must be in the working config.
Крышку уходного люка к фланцу и
Okay, move the hatch cover to the flange.
This is Mission Control Houston, just passing the 4-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev, both crew members back inside the Poisk airlock, following the early end to today's excursion due to a low voltage reading, a sudden drop in battery power for Artemyev's spacesuit that occurred at about the 2-hour 17-minute mark into the excursion.
Turn the hatch tool until full stop.
We are standing by for the closing of the hatch to Poisk that will mark the official end of today's spacewalk. With the official elapsed time, we'll be waiting for that number to come from Russian flight controllers outside of Moscow at the Russian Mission Control Center. They directed Artemyev to return to the Poisk airlock after he noted the drop in battery voltage on his Orlan spacesuit. He was never in any danger. Moved back inside the airlock, hooked his suit up to International Space Station power, and later was joined by Matveyev after Matveyev collected all the equipment that he and Artemyev had been using for the spacewalk to continue the outfitting of the European robotic arm. Additionally, Sergei Korsakov, the other Russian cosmonaut on the Expedition 67 crew, maneuvered the arm into a stowed configuration prior to the time that Matveyev returned to the airlock to join Artemyev.
Is it engaging?
Заходят.
Yes.
Так, ты всех видишь, да? Да, все.
So are you... The hatch is closed.
Да, прошел.
Copy that, Oleg.
Время ВКД за бортом вы провели 4 часа, 1 минуту.
EVA time is 4 hours, 1 minute outside. Paseo hatches are closed.
Вы молодцы. Самое главное...
Guys, good job. The main objectives have been achieved.
Да. Стартовое кольцо осталось.
Oh. LFM ring still remaining. Okay, tomorrow we will do a debrief at 8 o'clock your time. I am saying goodbye for today. Wishing you an easy and safe flight. Handing you over to the airlock people. Thank you for your hard work today. Thank you for your excellent support. We'll talk to you soon.
Олег, Денис, это Дмитрий.
Oleg, Denis, this is Dmitry. How do you copy? Loud and clear.
Принято. Сереж.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, the official end to today's abbreviated spacewalk.
With you, ready?
Russian flight controllers confirming the end of the spacewalk at 12:54 p.m. Central Time,
Okay, Oleg.
1:54 p.m. Eastern Time, bringing the spacewalk to an end at 4 hours and 1 minute. We'll be working on aggregate statistics here for the time being while work is underway to begin the repressurization of the Poisk airlock. Artemyev and Matveyev back inside the spacewalk, concluding at 12:54 p.m. Central, 1:54 p.m. Eastern Time at 4 hours and 1 minute.
Q card 10, right? Affirmative, Q card 10. Step 4. MRM2 repressed to 260. Yes, okay. Checking. KSD2 closed. KSD-SO closed. LED not illuminated. Okay. We already reported hatches, PHO hatches closed. Enabling PHO SU КВД. Complete. Now КВД PHO SU open. Okay. We have confirmation of the КВД open. Okay, now start repressing to 260. Affirmative.
И шагом 30-40 миллиметров, Олег, может давать давление в скафандре в отсеке.
And during the next step, report pressure in the volume and in the suit. Pressure in the compartment 0.4, in the suit 0.32. In the compartment 50, suit 0.03. Pressure in the compartment 80, in the suit 0.26, 0.26. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 110.
110 in the compartment, 0.24 and 0.23 in the suit respectively. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 130, в комфорте 0,2.
130 and 0.2 in both suits. Copy. Then КВД ПХО SU close command is expected in MRM 260 according to pressure gauge reader, 150 in a compartment, 0.16 and 0.16 in the suits. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 180 в комфорте.
180 in a compartment and 0.12 and 0.14 in the suits. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 200.
200 in a compartment and 0.1 and 0.1 in the suits. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 220.
220 in the compartment,
008.
0.08 and 0.08 in the suits. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 240.
240 in the compartment and 0.06 and 0.06 in the suit. Copy.
Давление 260 будет.
260 number M2.
This is Mission Control Houston. The spacewalk by Oleg Artemyev and Denis Medvedev has come to an end with the hatch closing on the Poisk airlock at 12:54 p.m. Central Time, 1:54 p.m. Eastern Time, bringing today's spacewalk to an end at 4 hours 1 minute. This was the 252nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. This was the 7th spacewalk out of the International Space Station this year and the 4th during Expedition 67. Oleg Artemyev now has accrued 7 spacewalks in his career for a total of 45 hours, 45 minutes, while Denis Medvedev has 3 spacewalks in his resume, totaling 18 hours, 20 minutes. The 252 spacewalks in support of station assembly maintenance and upgrades now have totaled 1,594 hours and 50 minutes, which equates to 70 days, 9 hours and 50 minutes of spacewalking time. And the 4 spacewalks during this increment, the Expedition 67 increment, have totaled 25 hours and 25 minutes for the spacewalkers. Today's spacewalk was ended early. It was ordered to end early by the Russian flight controllers after Oleg Artemyev noticed a unexpected drop in his battery voltage for his Orlan spacesuit. He was never in any danger, was directed back into the Poisk airlock, placed his suit on International Space Station power, while Denis Medvedev continued outside to complete the gathering of tools, tethers, and other equipment that he and Artemyev had been using for the continued outfitting of the European robotic arm. Inside, Sergei Korsakov began the work to maneuver the European robotic arm into a stowed configuration. There will be a few additional cleanup steps involved in making sure the arm is complete in the configuration that will be satisfactory to both European engineers as well as the Russian flight controllers. That work will be continuing over the next couple of hours, but the arm is in a safe configuration, and the 2 crew members are safely inside the Poisk airlock, the hatch closed, ready to begin the repressurization of the Poisk airlock. While outside, before the battery voltage issue cropped up for Artemyev, he and Medvedev had completed the installation of 2 camera light unit cameras along the elbow area of the European robotic arm and had removed some thermal insulation and a launch restraint from one of the 2 end effectors for the 36-foot-long European robotic arm, but they could go no further with today's tasks due to Artemyev being directed back inside the Poisk airlock.
Okay, the open valve conversation between crew members. Okay, you take yours. Done. Umbilicals in place. Next.
Счетчик обновился. Олег, правильно понимаю, у тебя колодка подстыкована? Да, у обоих.
Oleg, do you have umbilicals connected both? Yes. Tow mode, exchange mode, power on, indicated electrical umbilical to connect to Orlan. It's already done on my suit. Okay, copy. Question, Alex. In MRM2 question, what was that shiny object? That is a plastic wrap up, literally underlayer from the top that is clear and shiny, and that's what you saw. And rubber ties, those are Velcro underlay. Anyway, didn't see anything useful. Now, 2-2. Let's turn on power. Okay, now release, transmit, switch to board power, and then turn on main power. Okay, first. Okay, we completed stabilization of pressure MRM2. Could you let us know what was? Okay, I'm already out of there, but let me check. Pressure 261. 261. Wait for 5 minutes. In MRM2, press transmit button. Do you understand correctly that you disconnected from the load and push the transmit button? Yes, that is done. After checking pressure, we'll do another one in MRM2. Current pressure in MRM2 after 5 minutes. 761. I'm sorry. 261. 261, of course. Okay. After stabilization. What about PHO? 315. Now you can go to queue card 12. Inaudible. Alex, 5 minutes, 261 in MRM2. Copy. Stable. Now we'll wait for Sergey to let us know what's PHO. And then we'll go to queue card 12. Copy. Sergey, 3 minutes pass for checking PHO pressure. What is it now? Sergey, what is PHO current pressure? 316.5. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. With the repressurization of the Poisk airlock well underway, the two cosmonauts, Oleg Artemyev and Denis Matveyev, safely back inside. The airlock itself soon fully repressurized, and they'll open the hatch to return inside the International Space Station, bringing today's activities to a close. The spacewalk was ended early at 4 hours and 1 minute with the hatch closing to the Poisk airlock at 12:54 p.m. Central Time, 1:54 p.m. Eastern Time. The spacewalk having been cut short because of a low voltage reading for the battery for Artemyev's Orlan spacesuit that occurred about 2 hours and 17 minutes into the spacewalk. At the time that the low voltage reading was detected by Artemyev, he and Matveyev had completed the installation of a pair of cameras for the camera light units on the European robotic arm, and had removed some insulation and a launch restraint for one of the two end effectors on the arm, but they could go no further when Artemyev was directed by Russian flight controllers to return to the safety of the airlock. Artemyev was never in any danger. Matveyev hung out outside for a bit longer to collect all the equipment that he and Artemyev had been using during the course of the spacewalk. And once the European robotic arm was maneuvered out of the way by Sergei Korsakov inside the station at the Russian segment control panel for the arm, then Matveyev returned to the airlock and joined Artemyev, and they closed the hatch to complete today's spacewalk at 4 hours and 1 minute. So with that, we will wrap up our coverage for today. Again, the Russian spacewalk ending early at 4 hours and 1 minute because of a low voltage reading on Artemyev's spacesuit, but both cosmonauts are safely inside. We're never in any danger during the issue that cropped up earlier in the spacewalk today, and they're in the process of wrapping up the repressurization of Poisk. They'll open the hatch to the International Space Station, and they'll be back inside to rejoin the rest of the Expedition 67 crew. With that, we'll complete our coverage for the day. Thanks for joining us throughout the course of the day, and we'll sign off for now. This is Mission Control Houston.